Hello, my name is Ben Papato.
I'm Presley Vanover.
And my name is Elias Gant.
We're live from FC. You're currently listening to an FC TV broadcast.
Tonight it's the Providence Pioneers versus the Lady Highlanders for Floyd Central varsity volleyball match. And we have about 5.5 minutes before the match starts. I'm excited to see what this team will bring this year.
Yeah, me too. I feel that there's a good vibe about this volleyball team. There have been some ups, there have been some good wins, there have been some not so great defeats, but that happens. That's sport. But I do feel that FC has a good chance of winning today.
I totally agree. Last year, we actually have home advantage right now, and Kill Crew showed up, even though they usually just show up for the more popular sports like men's football and men's basketball. I'm glad to see that Kill Crew is coming out to support the Lady Highlanders, and not only a sport that isn't as common to come out and support as a fan base for a high school volleyball, but also just because it's women's sports. We know that women's sporting events typically on average have less fans than men's sporting events, and I'm just glad to see that they're out here tonight, and it looks pretty packed in the green zone.
Yeah, I totally agree. I feel that it's great that especially the Kill Crew, who are the best of the best fans and supporters that we have here, that they're coming out to women's volleyball and just a women's sport and not necessarily non-important sport, but a less popular sport than basketball or football.
I totally agree.
And we know that they can be a really good bunch of fans, a really rowdy bunch, and I'm excited to see how they're going to react today.
For sure. Additionally, last season when Floyd Central played Providence in girls volleyball, they actually lost on an away game 3-1. But I'm hoping that the home advantage with Kill Crew gives them a chance. I mean, right now they're warming up, and the girls are getting limber, they're getting stretched,
yeah,
and they're definitely looking good.
Yeah, they sure are. I'm excited, especially to see how many points we can produce. If we can get in all the sets an early lead, I feel that we're going to be okay and we're going to be fine.
I totally agree. I would just like to take this time before the game starts to thank the following grant writers who made this production possible: New Albany Mosaic, Temple, ARC Weld Incorporation, Signature Mortgage, and AI's Farm Market. And I just would like to say a great thank you, because without you, we wouldn't be able to have this awesome broadcasting event to go on. I think it's awesome that people in the local community are invested in all kinds of sports broadcasting and are willing to show support for Floyd Central, whether they're alumni or maybe just members of the community, have children that go to Floyd, any of that.
Yeah, it's great. It's great that people show support for programs in this community. It's incredible how many well-funded programs the school has. I mean, in comparison to a lot of other public schools in the world, in the country, it's phenomenal.
I totally agree. This year, helping the Lady Highlanders warm up, we have quite a few managers on the team. They look like from girls to guys. There's a wide variety on the team of managers. And I think that's awesome to see people also just coming out to not only participate in the sport, but they're willing to just be there and aid and support the girls.
Yeah. Because, again, that is also very important in sports in general. Women, over the last few years, it's become more equal. It's more of an equal playing field between men and women in the sports.
I totally agree.
And so it's great. It's great that, because without that, or with that, more women are going to get more invested into sports. They're going to want to play more, and the quality of the sports that the women play are going to improve drastically, and they're going to become at par with the men, because they're going to be able to play more, and because people are going to be out supporting them, and I think that's a really good thing.
For sure. We're about a minute and a half away from the game right now, and currently this gym is packed. I mean, I've never seen it fuller for a women's volleyball game, to be honest, in all the games I've called, or even just watched as a fan. Right now, on the side that we're sitting on, which is this left side, the visitor side, there's a lot of fans here from both Providence and Floyd Central, parents, family members, and even on the other side, it's a little more sparse and scattered, but there's still quite a bit of fans.
That is, well, if we take the amount of people on that side, we add them to this Marlins this side, we got half the whole gym full.
For sure, and I think that's crazy, because usually you only see this much like participation and like I said before, men's volleyball, but You already got the Kilt crew over there cheering on, and we're only warming up. So I'm ready to see.
It's only the warm-up.
I'm ready to see how they're going to support the Lady Highlanders tonight.
I am too.
We've got Providence team breaking it down right now. They're huddling up. Coach is probably giving some last few inspirational words to get ready on the court tonight. And Floyd team looks like they're about to just do the same as well. They're putting up the volleyballs right now and getting right behind the net on their side of the court.
Yeah, wrapping up. We have about 20 seconds till we're about to start. You can already hear them. You can already hear how rowdy they are.
We already got one guy standing up in the front, and he's already cheering, and they're only putting the balls back. They're just shagging the balls into the cart.
Quite a few familiar faces that I recognize in there.
For sure. I'm excited to see everyone out here tonight.
Yeah, me too.
And that's the timer. We're about to start the game. Everyone's breaking down. Providence just broke down, and here goes the Floyd Central Lady Highlanders. And the game is about to start.
Yes. Yeah, it sure is.
I'm just excited to see what the team will do this year. They are on, according to maxprep.com, on a lot of things, such as serving assistance and hitting in total blocks. They're significantly higher than the national average, which I think that's crazy that like our own team is doing that well.
Yeah, serving aces as well, like I believe more than double.
For sure.
More than double the national average for a volleyball game. So that's exceptional, honestly.
It really is. And right now they're just introducing everybody, and it looks like the Pioneer side is pretty loud, but Floyd Central is really
much louder.
The Floyd Central fans are really bringing the support tonight.
Like they always do.
For sure. Right now we have Floyd Central student junior Ruby Miller singing the national anthem, and this is just exciting.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I would like to thank junior Ruby Miller for coming out and singing that national anthem. She did a beautiful job at executing that, and they even like dimmed the lights and everything, put a spotlight on the American flag. It was very official.
Brought a tear to my eye.
Yeah, for sure. She has a really beautiful voice, I will
She
say.
really does. And I mean, it must take courage to sing that in front of us. Not
Oh,
a stadium, but definitely a court as big as this with the fans tonight.
Oh yeah. And that most people like they crumble under pressure when in front of anyone just doing anything.
Honestly, it's very impressive to see someone
It's very
within our own school that's doing that well.
super talented doing that.
For sure. Right now we have the announcers presenting the Providence Pioneers team, and they're just going around and giving everyone a high five when they go out.
Yeah.
And it's very exciting to watch. I mean, I am just surprised that this many people from Providence showed up at an away game. I mean, I know they don't live too far, but just still to come out and see the support.
Still for this amount for Clarksville. I mean, really.
Yeah, and it's just an in-season game. It's not like a crucial game to get the
no, it's
state
not
or
at all.
anything like regionals.
It's not at all. Well, speaking of which, FC, I believe, what was the record again for in the league? We were second in the Hoosier Hills Conference, 3-1.
According to Max Preps as this season,
Yeah.
yes, we are currently.
And I believe, and with all games in total, we are 7-7, which the other games obviously they don't matter nearly as much. But I mean, it's good. They've been doing quite well.
For sure, I'm ready to see how this match goes because currently Floyd Central Highlanders for ladies volleyball is ranked at 65th in the state, while Providence Pioneers are ranked at 22nd in the state. And so I'm curious as to see if the Lady Highlanders will overcome this opposition. I mean, that is quite a big leap. Like that's about a third, 2/3 above them in their league.
That's a good point, but however, here's something to think about. How many, how many high schools with volleyball teams are there in the state? And what was the number again?
65th for Floyd.
65th is quite high for a state with
That
a
is
lot of
true.
with a decent amount of people.
I totally agree. If you're thinking about all the teams that are probably in the state,
Yeah.
right now they're introducing Floyd team. They just played their hype video that they had gotten from Media Day, and they have the green tint and everything. It is very official today.
Yeah,
It looks great.
it looks amazing.
The Floyd Central Highlanders definitely came out to support the ladies tonight. Definitely a bunch of shouts and screams. The Lady Highlander team is just applauding each other and going down the line just like Providence was, just slapping each other's hands, getting ready and warmed up for the game.
Sure. Yeah. Lots of cheers and claps from the audience. Great graphics, I will say. I think from the board up there,
For sure.
and naming all the varsity players who will be playing today. Not quite sure who will be starting today, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah, I think it's awesome that they extend Media Day to other sports that maybe aren't as well known or don't bring in as many like profits, but
Yeah.
I think it's great. Ella
Yeah.
Doddridge actually used to play volleyball, but now she's just a manager, but I love to see that she's still in the game and she's still like is just showing her love by, hey ladies, like I'm not playing still, but I'm here to support you.
Yeah, that's amazing. In any sport, that shows how much you love a game. If you're able to, I mean, coaching, it's not an easy thing. You need to know all the tactical sides of everything,
For
especially
sure.
in games like that are team sports. And so things like that, being a coach, it takes a lot. It takes a lot out of your own life, and I respect that tremendously.
And not even the coaches, but the managers as well. These are high school students we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
From freshman to senior, and they are basically just as much a vital thing, a part of the team as well. I mean, if you think about it, they're constantly at every single practice. They're
Yeah.
showing up to these games. They're
Yeah.
showing up for these ladies every single day just to be there, support, and extra help.
They are the
For
heartbeat
the
of the team.
They really are. And I mean, and on top of that, they're just like any other student athlete where they have school and work.
Yeah. Yeah. It takes a lot of dedication to play a sport, especially for a school team.
I totally agree. Providence is breaking down in a tight circle right now. Floyd, I wonder what they're doing over there. They're getting hand to hand.
Interesting.
I'm curious.
It's an interesting little.
For sure. I've never seen. Oh, they're starting to sway to the
Ooh.
music.
Dang.
I'm very interested in how they're going to break down for this one.
I am too.
Providence going very traditional with
Very traditional.
just the sway, but I think Floyd Central Lady Highlanders have brought something to see. Oh,
Whoa.
they just went inside. They
this?
just triple clapped and they're breaking it down. And that is the sound of the game starting.
That's what that is.
It for sure is.
All right, who's on the field?
Everyone's getting situated on the court currently, and I'm just excited to see this game play out for everyone.
Yeah, me too. It's great.
And honestly,
Stutter. I'm just seeing who's down there, trying to check.
number 16,
Number 16. Number
Natalie
6,
Lostutter.
Natalie Lostutter. Number 8, Mandy Hess. Who else? Number 19, Caroline Hilbrick. Who else down there?
Riley Chumley, number 22, senior, is also starting as well. 41, Callie Salhusky, and she's a junior starting varsity, as well as number 6.
Number 6. Is it number 6? I believe. I believe it's number 16 down there. But
Another junior, Lakin Winning.
yeah,
She's starting varsity as well, and I'm super pumped to see how those girls will probably end up in their senior year.
I'm excited to see how she performs in her position of libero. I'm sure. I've seen some of her. She's great. Yeah. Hitting it up. There she is, like I just said. Hitting it up, hit it over, and just out of bounds.
That's a point for the Pioneers.
Yes, it sure is. All right. Pioneers starting the serve. Hit it over. Serve it up. Oh.
A bump right
And-
back in.
And they somehow managed to get it over. They set it up for a kill, but no, it goes right out of bounds.
Floyd Central team huddle up in celebration of that going out of bounds because now the scoreboard is even 1-1.
1-1. Now, here's FC for the serve.
Number 4, Lakin Winning Jr. is serving.
There it is.
Hunt just took it right over the net, and that's a kill.
That's the point. Again, winning here for the serve. Number 4, libero. Just hits the net.
Just shy of going over. Floyd is recollecting themselves as they get ready for the next serve.
Yes. It's number 4 again for the number 4. What's her name? Baldwin. Ella Baldwin. Hit it up. Just nice setup for that, and they get the point.
It barely slips out of Providence player.
Rebounds off of 2 players, but it's still, bounces off 2 other Providence players, but nonetheless, it's still an FC point.
It was just barely out of the reach for Baldwin on that one. I thought she was going to dive, but unfortunately she did. I think she would have gotten the point if she had dived and
Me too.
made it back up.
I do too. Here for the serve. Just goes over the net. Serves it, sets it up for a not so great hit. Here's the setup. Here's the, just nudges it over. Setting it up again for a nice hard hit, but they get it somehow. And then they hit it over soft.
And that's out of bounds.
That's out of bounds.
Floyd.
Oh no, I don't.
The current score is 2 for the Lady Pioneers and 4 for the Highlanders. Right now, they look like they are beating the opposition, but it's still very early in the first set.
Extremely early. To set it up. Oh, the block. Oh, and another block. There again with a third. What is going on? In the front, really, the girls really showing how good they are defensively. Although that one did go over, and it did bounce off of one of the other UFC players, we did see the immense defensive work on the
For sure.
on the side of FC.
Natalie Listener and Kaylee Hunt, both seniors, were the ones throwing those blocks up like nobody's business.
Yeah, no one's business. 3 in a row. That is incredible.
Number 5, Kaiser for Providence. Just set the serve.
Just a missed setup. She kind of hit it in the wrong side of her arm. Just
Kaiser
bad luck on
for
her side.
Providence is getting ready for the serve. This serve is delivered, and
It's
it
out
just
of
went out
bounds.
of bounds.
Out of bounds. Out of bounds on the side of Providence. Someone coming in. It's
All right, Floyd's getting ready. They have the ball. They're ready for the serve. It is number 11, Keegan Kaiser. She's a senior this year.
oh
Barely goes over the net. I don't think Providence was expecting that.
no, I don't think either. I think it just clipped over, and they really got caught off guard. They really thought it was stopped by the net there, but unfortunately no.
Keegan serves again.
Oh,
And-
a bad touch, a bad hit on the part of the libero for Providence.
Makes it go out of bounds on Providence side. That'll be another point for the FC Highlanders. We're currently at 7 for the Highlanders and 4 for the Providence Pioneers.
Yeah, she serves it again. This time she actually gets it over, setting it up for the hit. Oh, and that was
There was a wonderful ace done by Providence player, number 1, and it was just awesome.
yeah. Paricia, I believe her name is.
I don't think Kaiser was expecting it on
No.
Floyd's team. She went to dive for it, but unfortunately just couldn't get it back up.
It was hit way too well for her to get it back up.
It really was. Number 9,
Yeah.
Bansbach is serving for
Not quite the
Providence.
best. Oh, she gets it. setting it up for the kill. Oh, that's a point for Providence.
That's another kill. That's making this game tighter. It's a 7 for Highlanders and 6 for Providence. It's getting pretty close.
It is.
It's still very early in the set, like I said earlier, so
Extremely early.
definitely still see some head-to-head combat right here as the girls are fighting really hard to make the win.
Sets it up. Then this for the hit. Oh, and it just goes out of bounds. Well, all right. And I believe will be FC's serve here. Or no, it did not go out of bounds. It was FC point. Now, all right, who's it serving? It is
Kaylee Hunt.
Yeah, Kaylee Hunt. Oh, and that is another point for FC. Kaylee Hunt.
That makes
serving.
the Highlanders up by 3 currently. I think Kaylee is going to go for the serve again. They've had a variation of people serving so far.
9-6, trying to get to 25. Serves it over. So she hits it up, sets it up for the hit. Oh, and it's out of bounds. And it's a point for now for FC.
It was barely out of bounds by Providence,
Barely
just
out of
on
bounds.
the right side of the court.
Kaylee Hunt going up for another serve. And it just goes over the net. And it's another point for FC.
I don't think Providence was expecting that one either.
Not quite. All right, let's time out. Well, while we're at timeout, we'd like to thank the following grant writers who made this production possible. Falkenberg Automotive, Chicken Salad Chick, Rainbow Dance Academy, and Terry Wagner, a State Farm agent.
We just like to thank you because without you, this would not be possible to keep and put on with sports broadcasting. And the equipment is expensive to do, and I know just as a person within the program that it's wonderful what the community and the local businesses provide for us to not only be able to show and highlight people in the community like these athletes or performers for like performing arts, but I think it's great that they're willing to invest in the community and put it back in, whether they're FC alumni or if they're just someone that happens to live around here or has grandchildren that happen to go to school here as well.
Yeah, it's amazing that they invest in the community in this way. I greatly appreciate it.
For sure.
Well-
Providence is getting out of their timeout that they called, and they're breaking.
Right.
Floyd seems pretty excited. They were pretty excited when they had called that timeout. It really shows that it kind of got under their skin a little bit. Providence has definitely missed just a couple points just because of Hunt's serve.
It really is, and here she is again to serve. Gets it over, nice, hit it up. She sets it up for the hit. And it just rebounds off.
Kaiser tries to save it, but she just wasn't quick enough and didn't have the reach to get it back.
Us wasn't quick enough. The failed block was what put her off, I think.
I totally agree. And it is now Providence serve. Number 14,
Number 14,
Nicole
Nicole Stratford. Yes. Oh, and that's just an unfortunate hit on the part of FC.
for sure. Nicole's only a sophomore, so it's insane to see her on the varsity team as she serves again.
That's quite impressive. Sophomores on varsity teams in any high school sport, that's great. It's great because, that serve did not go over. And it's great because it shows the talent of these younger, not really young, but younger athletes in
For
the
sure,
school.
I totally agree. And number 6 is for Floyd Central is getting set up to serve.
Yeah, she's serving up. Oh, and the libero hits it up, sets it up for the hit, and out of bounds. Here it is, FC, number 8, up for the serve, number 8, Mandy Hess. She comes up, and then to hit it up, sets it up for the hit, and the block.
Awesome block by
Awesome
Kylie
block.
Husky.
Now sets it up, the libero sets it up for the hit, and great hit, great defensively. Oh, that's not the best. Oh, and it's a point for Providence.
Once again, Kaiser is right in the back of the court, but she just couldn't make it to get the hit. She continuously reaches out, and it just, every single time she's reached out, she just has hit it out of bounds, hasn't been there quick enough. And I'm excited to see her get her hands on one because I think she does. It's going to be deadly for the other team.
It sure will be. Coming in, the ball
Ball trickled out into the hallway,
Went
bring
into
it
the
back
hallway.
in. Providence's serve,
Providence.
number 23.
She serves it up. Nice. Hit up. Set up for the hit now for FC, and that's out of bounds. Point for Providence.
We're currently at 13 points for Highlanders and 10 points for Pioneers.
Sure. Now they're served by the libero of Providence. Here's another setup for FC. Oh, and they get it. Hits it up for that. Oh, and it's a great hit on, but it's a great
Number
point.
8, Mandy Hess just merely missed. It only, like, grazed her fingers as she
Just
went
nearly.
to get it for
Yeah.
the setup.
Great point by Providence. Here she
For
is
sure.
again. Here she is again.
Number 23, Camellia Adams serves again. Kaiser goes out and
Nice.
reaches for that.
Nice setup. Then she hits it up, sets up for the hit, and she saves it. Oh,
Ref still called it a Providence point. Highlanders are recollecting themselves right now and getting back together. I'm not sure that the fans are too happy about that call.
no, they aren't. There's someone behind us that's not quite too amused
for
from that.
sure.
Now she
23
hits it
serves
up.
again.
Nice. Libero hits it up, then goes in for the hit. A little bit late, didn't react to it on time. Then she hits it over, hits it up, sets it up for the hit for FC. Just tips it over, and then nice setup for Providence. Oh, and the block. What a great,
Awesome block by
awesome blocking.
junior Callie Salahusky.
Man, FC's blocking this game has been on point, at least for this set.
I totally agree. These girls are so well that they're just swapping people in and out of varsity. There isn't really a clear separation between varsity.
There isn't quite really it's not quite clear and cut, but there's a point there for Providence. All right. Well, now it will be Providence's serve. Number 1 will be serving for Providence. She serves it up. Nice setup. Oh, it hits just close to over the net. She hits it, and it's a point for FC.
41, Callie Salahusky again just continues to help the team greatly. And it's just awesome to see that she's ready to play. She came here to play tonight, and she's proving that right now on the court.
Highlanders 3/5 of the way to the points. She serves it up. Then that's a setup for the hit. Oh Lord, that is a great kill. I don't know. That is a great point by Providence. Great, just hit the line. Great point.
I don't think
altogether.
number 4, Lakin Winning, saw that one coming in the back left center, the back corner of court.
Yeah. To be fair, there wasn't really much you could have done about that.
For sure, the ball definitely beat her to the spot. I don't
Coming in
think
for
she would have
serve
gotten
for
it.
Providence, and then it's out of bounds. Out of bounds from Providence. Point to
Floyd
FC.
Floyd Central just earned the point that they had lost right back, and we are Floyd Central Highlanders are 2 above the Pioneers currently.
Yes, we sure are. Now here's Emily Cook here for the serve. She serves it up. Nice hit up. Oh, a bit of confusion there between the Providence players, between the libero and the number 4 of Providence. And, it's a point for FC. Here she is again, Emily Cook to serve. Waiting a little bit. And she serves it up. Nice. Set up for her. Oh, and a great save. Oh, but there's just a bit of confusion there, and it's a point for Providence.
Number 2, Emily Cook died for that, but when she happened to dive, it made the play dead.
Yeah, it sure did. Number 5 for Providence. She's coming up to serve now. Lily Kaiser. She's waiting a little bit, bouncing, irritating some of the fans. Then serves it up. She saves it, setting it up for the hit. Oh, she goes lightly. Then another setup for this more powerful hit. Nearly gets the block, sets it up for again. FC for the light hits. Oh, it's great defense. It's great work, passing work by Providence. But here it goes. Oh, and again, great, amazing. Gets it over, saves it, sets it up for another hit. Hits right back, which is not something you see every day in volleyball. And then another setup for FC. What a great rally that is. What a great rally that was.
That was an awesome one. That was probably the longest back and forth we've
Amazing,
seen.
amazing.
They definitely fought for it. It's only the first set, and we are already so close head to head.
Incredible, immaculate. That it's amazing to watch.
For
the varsity
sure.
team, the varsity team of volleyball, amazing their ability, these girls.
For sure, like I was saying earlier, we have girls sitting on the bench on varsity, but I honestly can't tell the difference for Floyd's team in playing style in comparison to the girls that got swapped in. Like, they are almost, if not just as good as the starters.
Yeah, me neither. I believe that both sides playing extremely well currently right now. And we're in a timeout, I believe. And
Right now we have Coach talking to number 2 on Floyd's team. I believe he's probably just discussing about the last plays because it's Emily Cook Jr. And we know she's done some amazing blocks and saves for sure. But that last one when she dove, it didn't get a save. It just ended the play right then and there.
yeah,
Right now we have Providence breaking down after this timeout. They're pretty encouraged. They're only down by 1 point. This is definitely going to be a clawing match.
like I predicted in the beginning, I thought this was going to be a tight affair. But
For
here he
sure.
goes, number 5 for Providence. Lily Kaiser again for the serve, bouncing it like she does, irritating some of the fans. But here he goes for the serve. Nice, saves it up, sets it up for the hit. Oh, and that's a point for FC.
Natalie Losetter, senior, just made that point for FC.
Yeah, a little bit of
Right now she's getting swapped back out,
yes.
and she just went around the bench and just high-fived everyone. They congratulated her.
Yeah, low starter. Her serve just doesn't go over the net.
Kaiser serve was
Unfortunate.
not there.
Unfortunate. Now here's the number 9 for Providence coming here for a serve, bouncing it quite a bit. She looks ready for it. Then she hits it up. Nice little. Now here's it up for the hit. Oh, and it's the block. Just a little bit of miscommunication and confusion on the side of Providence, but it's
For
a point
sure,
for
number
FC.
14, Nicole Stratford,
Yeah.
dove for it, but just didn't make it in time, and she was short by about the ball's length.
About. Okay, she is setting up for the hit, and oh, what a great save for that. Oh, and that's a point for Providence.
These teams are going head-to-head. They just swapped out another player for number 4 on Floyd's team,
Yeah.
Lincoln Winning Jr.
Now here she is, number 14. The kill crew going insane. Trying to put them off. Here she is, setting it up. Here we go, and then she hits it over, which is out of bounds. The kill crew really turning on right now.
They for sure are. That's another point for Floyd. That makes Floyd up by 2.
Up by 2. For those who don't know anything about volleyball, the set goes until 25 and a 2-point gap. So we're about 5 points away, at least for FC,
For
to
the first set.
for the first set. Yeah, exactly. Here she is. Well, it's
With the serve,
she's the
Floyd
serving.
serves.
She serves. Floyd serves. Oh, and that block, amazing. The setting it up for the hit. Oh, almost gets the second block in a row, but then she sets it up for another hit. Oh, and it just comes off the libero, but in an unfortunate bounce. I think it was going to go out.
For sure that was Caroline Hilbrick, the 19 with that point for Floyd Central. That just makes them nearly 4 points away from the end of this set. I'm not sure. I think this is in the farthest Providence has been down for just a minute.
Yeah, for the entire game, but here they come for the serve. Serve it up. Pretty decent serve. Setting it up for her. Almost gets I believe.
The point goes to Highlanders,
Goes to
making
the Highlanders.
Floyd Central up by 4.
Up by 4. We are 3 points away from the set being the Highlanders.
Timeout is
That's a
called.
timeout.
While we're waiting, we'd like to thank the following grant writers who helped make this production possible. Spruger Door Service, Skyline Chili, Branco Minneapolis School of Advertising, and Retailer Supply.
Yeah, without your guys' help, these programs they can't stay afloat. And
For
so we
sure.
greatly appreciate the generosity of the community to just come and help every single program really in Floyd
We
Central.
totally do. And even if you're in the community and maybe you cannot purchase a grant or anything like that, just coming out and showing support to the Floyd Central High School and any spring event or performing arts, it's awesome. We also televise, as you know, because you're listening to this right now, and live stream events from anywhere from radio to live stream. So I think it's great that this is the opportunity Floyd Central High School has given us and the community provides.
Yeah. Well, here we are again.
We got number 8.
Mandy Hess coming up for the serve. Waiting a little bit. Bouncing it quite a little bit. Quite a bit. Now here she is for the serve. Now the libero for them. Hits it up. Oh, she just hits it directly over. Might have been going out there, but she just tips it over. Oh, confusion, and that's a point for FC. Touches off her twice.
So Husky is taking some notes from Hunt as she just barely tips it over.
Barely.
And continuously, this keeps getting Providence tricked up. They keep losing the point on that.
They keep doing that, and that's not good. Now, here we are again, FC for the serve. Serves it over. Libero hits it up again. Sets it up for the hit. Oh, what a block that is.
Awesome block by number
Awesome
19
block.
and 41.
And I believe the score. We are at 24 to 18. We are 1 point away from FC winning the set.
We got the fans ready here. They're clapping real hard. Everyone's cheering.
There we are. Serve. Libero hits it up. Sets it up for the hit. And that's out of bounds. And that's the first set is for FC.
Kill Crew got the boys standing up. Someone's swaying their t-shirt. They're excited, and we're ready here.
They're
The Highlanders are ready to
absolutely
win.
ecstatic.
For sure.
There it is. There's the chant. Oh,
We got Barry
yeah.
Boger, your seniors, leading chant, oh yeah, to the Kill Crew student section.
That's a classic chant.
For
That one.
sure. Typically, you only see this really at football games. I
Yeah.
would even say in basketball games, they don't typically do that chant. So I just think it's fun and exciting that everyone's here to just come support the ladies.
They give the game life.
For
A lot
sure.
lot of young people who aren't, for example, the players' families are coming out to see them, and that's good. That's good. We need student participation in watching these events.
I think it's awesome that we have peer support from everyone from every grade.
But particularly the Kill Crew, who are just a great bunch of fans to have.
For sure. With this time, while we're waiting, we'd like to thank some more great writers who made this production possible.
Well, for those would it be A1 Porta Potty, Premier Homes of Southern Indiana, Chips Lawn Services LLC, and the Laundry Basket. Without your help, we could not keep this broadcast could not be possible. So we greatly appreciate your donations, or not donations, but contributions for all this FCTV stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome. I think what people do in the community right now, we have multiple fans out here. The girls are just getting loose. Obviously, the Highlanders excited. They won the first set,
Yeah.
which is great to see. The Pioneers look like they're a little way down, but coach is talking to them. Hopefully, they give them pep talk to end up getting their game back up, because he seems very emotionally invested and ready to get back in this game, ready to win this next set.
Sure does. Sure does. Having their team talks. Seems all the Providence players all huddled up around the coach. Obviously, she's telling them some tactics. Similar thing going on with FC, except they're all standing up. Not quite as, I want to say, organized. I don't know.
For sure, I definitely think they're in a more lighthearted position, and they're already breaking down before Providence they haven't even looked like they're ready to move on with only 15 seconds left in this between time.
Bunch of players on the field, two of them doing a handshake of theirs, and well, that's great. It shows that they have energy, vigor, and they have strive. They have hunger. They want to win this game.
For sure. Starting out the next set for Highlanders is number 41, Kylie Husky. Number 16, Natalie Lostetter. Number 8, Mandy Hess. And number 19, Caroline Hilbrick. And Riley Chumley, number 22, and Kaylee Hunt, number 33, excuse me. And they're getting excited. I mean, the girls are already so enthralled the court that they're literally just playing around, pushing each other.
Oh yeah, they are having fun out there.
Providence just broke down, and that clapping formation looks like they mean business. They're all serious.
They look much more serious than the FC players.
For
However,
sure.
I don't think that means that the FC players are going to lower their guard. I think they're going to keep their game just the way that they have been.
Hopefully FC does not get cocky with the first set win.
You can never get cocky.
For sure.
Never get cocky.
Especially when you're going up 22nd place team in the state of Indiana when you're the 65th. But here we are, really heads ahead. It was really close last game.
Yeah, it was close until the very end when FC kind of broke away.
For sure. I think that really just got into Providence's skin.
That I think they are, and you can see in their eyes that they want vengeance. They want to win this next set.
For sure. I think they're going to try to keep it alive, and if they win this next set, we'll go on to the next one.
For sure.
And number 4 is also joining us on the court. Lincoln Winning for Floyd Central. She is a junior this year.
That's interesting. All right. So Providence now serving. Number, sets it up for the hit.
She only hits it over.
He sets it up. That probably would have gone. Oh, and just a bit of a misfortunate communication, but it's a point for Providence.
For sure, Lostetter tried to save, but it just barely grazed her fingertips and wasn't able to get that in time.
Yeah. Grace Puiccia for Providence coming up for the serve again. Serves it up. Libero hits it up for FC, then sets it up, and then, it's a block. Sets it up, hits it over, and it's smart play. She didn't hit it. It was going out anyway.
Barely just went out. It was a really good call on Providence's team.
Yeah, they seem to have come out a lot calmer, a lot more composed. She's served it up again, sets it up. This is an interesting one. Saves it, sets it up for her, and she gets a fist to it, but she just loses control of it.
Floyd thought they were going to save that, but it ended up hitting the net on the right side.
Yeah, sure did. Now here she is, Puiccia, again for another serve, and she serves it up. But this time, third time, not lucky. She hits the net.
For sure. Right now, the Pioneers are up by 2 points, and recently in the last set, the Highlanders were taking the advantage by going up at least a point almost.
Hilbrick serving.
Time.
And it's just too good for the libero of the other team. It's just too good for her. Camila Adams really getting caught off. Here she is again. Hilbrick sets it up for the hit. And that block is spectacular. And just fingers it over, just enough that they can't hit it back.
For sure, Lostetter and Selhusky with that block that looked awesome.
All right, it's 4-2. 4 for Pioneers, 2 to the Highlanders. Now she serves up, hits it up, pretty simple. Now the setup for the hit. And she hits it, but it just goes on, grazes the top of her fingers, and she just can't control it.
That serve from Natty Lostetter really put her back in the game after she had just lost the ball barely.
It seems that FC have woken up from that initial sloppy start, and now their game's on. But it's a point. It's a kill. The Pioneers have killed it. It's 5-4.
For sure, Hilbrick just barely missed that. It was out of her reach once more, and it looks like the Pioneers are really coming to win. And Floyd Central girls need to get their stuff together.
Bit too much power on that one. All right. Lily Kaiser up for the serve. She hits it. And it's miscontrolled. Just unfortunate for FC, but for Caroline Hilbrick, but that happens. Now, here she is again. Serve it up. It's Lily Kaiser again. Serve it up, bouncing it a ton. Hits it over. And that control just went over. They might for a nasty punish, but that save is immaculate. And they come up for the hit. Now they set it up, possibly for a kick. But it just hits the net. It's not enough, and that's a point for the Highlanders. Now.
Makes the Highlanders only down by 2 now.
Yeah.
And this is what the Pioneer situation was last time, but the Pioneers lost the last set, so I'm ready to see what's going to happen.
High breeder coming on. Who's serving it? That
Number
is
2, Emily Cook is serving
Emily
for the
Cook.
Pioneers.
Now sets it up for the hit. Oh, and it's
Great block by Lowstep.
a great block, but it's just unfortunate because it bounces on the wrong side. Now here she is again. Here she is for the serve. Band's back, coming in for the serve. Pretty powerful one at that. Sets it up for that. Oh, and it's just unfortunate. Hits the wrong side of the net, and that's a point for the Pioneers.
Providence is up by 4. They really, in that circle, I don't know what coach must said to them, motivated them. Maybe he said that they were going to run sprints tomorrow if they didn't, but they bring in the heat.
Oh, that's a nightmare. No. Okay, hits it up. Here's the setup for that. Oh, and it just bounces over. It's a point for FC.
Attempted block by Providence, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, it just wasn't enough. 8-5 at the moment. Providence 8, FC 5. Now here we are again for another
Keegan
serve.
Kaiser ready for the serve, number 11.
Bouncing it a little bit, then she gets it. Libero hitting it up, then she hits it. Oh, but that block is amazing, and that point goes to FC.
Kaylee Hunt has just been phenomenal in blocking tonight.
She really has, honestly. On both sides, there have been some amazing blocks, but particularly on the side of FC,
For sure.
there have been some great
Kaiser's
blocks.
getting ready to serve. She hits the ball to serve over.
Pretty low one, pretty nicely hit.
Hunt sets.
That's set up. Oh, but it's just a bit of miscommunication. Oh, and it's out of bounds.
It was barely saved by Floyd in that play, but Providence just gave it away. when
Barely
they
saved.
put it out.
Just a great way she hit it. She hit it just so it got over. But that's Keegan Kaiser here for another serve. She gets it, serves it up. Nice. Saves it up. Saves it. Now she comes in. Oh, that block was great. Fantastic. They go up. Oh, the block again.
Saved by Providence.
I
Back
know.
over to Floyd, but it is
Back
out.
over to Floyd, but it
unfortunately.
is out. It is a poor point for Floyd. They have gained 3 points in the last few ends, and it's 8-8. It's all level.
Currently tied right now.
There she is again. Here's Keegan Kaiser for another serve. She hits it well. Sets it up, number 9 of them. Oh, she tries something. She tries something a little bit cheeky, but just doesn't pull off. So
Kaylee Hunt is just continuously bringing the heat with blocks, and just her setups are wonderful.
all around, just her play. Nice. She's setting up again. The libero hits it up. Oh, again, she tries to save it, but it's just a bit too much. Just a little bit too much.
Number 4, Laking Winning, just couldn't get out there to save it. And unfortunately, that makes the point go to Providence, making it tied
Yeah.
once more, 9-9.
Just a bit much to Lakin now. Number 14, Stratford of Providence. She serves it up. Nice little cheeky hit up, and then she hits it over. Oh, that's a great saving of the play. And then oh, what a block was that? What kind of block was that? That was a kill. That is amazing. That was fantastic. on the part
Highbreeder
of
and
FC.
Hunt with that block again. I
Kaylee.
always see Kaylee Hunt on that duo team of blocking.
And here she is again serving. Now she serves it up just over the net. Now she sets it up for that hit. Oh, and it's out of bounds.
Refs are kind of confused on the way to call it. They called it Providence because they couldn't tell if number two,
Had hit it.
Emily Cook,
Had
hit
hit
the ball, but refs called that she barely just tipped it.
That's good. I mean,
Floyd
the
Central's
referee's the only one who can make the call.
for sure. Floyd Central's a little upset about that. The refs right now are talking together to see maybe this isn't the right call to make.
That wasn't the right call. I do believe the ref. I'm not questioning the ref. I'm just saying that they did immediately just start complaining that, hey, she touched the ball, which from this angle, which is a pretty high angle, I don't believe she did. But it's up to the referees. It's up to the officials
For
to
sure.
decide.
Let's see their
And
call.
it's a point for FC. It's overturned.
The crowd goes pretty crazy for that one because they were really hoping that would get the leg up, because now that sets us 2 apart from Providence.
It's great. Now she comes up for the serve. She hits it over. Nice little pace on that ball. But then she gets it for the hit. And oh, it's just unfortunate.
Kaiser hits it up.
It was going out. She hits it because she hits it she didn't realize.
Kaiser
just
hits
in
it
time.
directly straight up to the ceiling
And it bounces right back down.
for sure. And That's very unfortunate. Number 2, Emily Cook tried to save it, but Emily Cook and Kaylee Hunt just kind of collided and pushed into each other and kicked it out.
Yeah, Camila Adams, the libero for Providence here for serving, and nice little dink up. She hits for the hit. Oh, what a block that was. Libero hits it up for another hit, and that one has a little bit slower, but it didn't go over the wall. Oh, and that block, that's 3. I believe that's fine. Oh, what a save that was. Oh, Lord.
Kaiser in
Saving it up.
backcourt.
She's really been putting her game on today. What a rally this is. Oh, Lord, and it's a point for Providence.
That was probably, if not longer than the last back and forth we saw in the
Oh,
first
my.
set.
That is fantastic. That is something special, what we were saying. The varsity girls in both sides really bringing everything.
For sure.
For sure. Camila Adams here again for Providence here to serve. We're tied 11-11.
I'm sure
the
Floyd's going
second
to
set.
get back another point as they're tied.
Yeah, sure will. Here she is again. Oh, it was going low. Oh, something unfortunate happened there. I believe it was a double hit.
Point
But
goes
it's
to
a point.
Providence.
Yeah, it's a point for Providence.
I'm sure these girls' knees will be torn up in the morning as everyone is diving and playing really
For
rough.
sure. Adams here for another serve. She's gone 2. She's gone 2 now. Can she make it a third? No, she cannot. It is a point for FC.
Awesome hit down by Hillbrick.
Yeah, totally.
That makes the game tied once again. I think we tied this game about 3 times, and maybe 4.
Lord, this is a tight matchup, for sure. I mean,
It really can be anyone's set.
this one is Hess up here for the serve, bouncing it a little bit, waiting for it. Now here she is to serve it. Nice little bit of pace on that one. Sets it up for the hit. Oh, it's a block, but it just goes out of bounds. Unfortunate little bounce.
For
Not much
sure.
you can do in that situation when you're blocking. Pariccia again here serving. Last time she served twice. She served 3 times, got 2 points out of them. The last one wasn't so fortunate. She serves it up. That was a nice little one that went just over. And then that one, libero saves it. Then she sets it up for that hit. Oh, and that's one saved. Just for this one to be hit. Oh, and it's still in play. And she hits it up. Oh, and it's just a bit of miscommunication from the FC, an unfortunate way to end that rally. But that was great. What a bit of spectacular just talent.
It was a pretty crazy save out on Providence's point.
Yeah, Pariccia again serving a nice one. A lot of pace on that. A nice setup for the hit. Oh, and it's just hit. It's hit way over. And it's a point for Providence.
Her arm was just a little too powerful in that. I think she's got the aggression, but she needs to get the skill.
Timeout.
Floyd Central just called a timeout.
Timeout.
And I believe that was their first timeout called, definitely because we're at a 15 Providence to 12 Floyd game, and it's getting tight, and I think Providence gets any more on before Floyd can gain, that we'll definitely see this gap continue to increase.
Yeah, they really did break away at the end before the timeout.
For sure. I mean, that's what happened to Providence last set, is they got about 3 behind and they just couldn't catch back up.
Both sides, they can't become susceptible to complacency. They gotta be in the game, their head in the moment. They gotta be in there.
For sure. Even as Floyd's over here, they're the one who called a timeout, but they're already breaking early. I don't know if that's necessarily a good or bad thing, because Providence, they took their whole timeout last time, and their head got right back in this game.
Sure did. Providence not done with their talk. They haven't broken down. FC's ready.
They for sure are. And Providence is breaking down right now. The girls are getting back onto the court.
For sure, they are. They're getting on. Ready. Pariccia again serving. She's bouncing it a little bit, waiting. Oh, nice little dink. Then the hit. Oh, and that's a great save. On Providence part, the libero hits it up for number 8 to hit it up. Oh, what a save that was. Did you try to hit it up again? What a save. Lord, the setup for the hit again. Just the dink over. It's a bit too much. Just tricks FC a little bit.
For sure, number 4, Laking Winnie went to dive for that because Riley Chumley and Callie Salahusky just saw what they were beat and couldn't get back because they were
Yeah.
going to originally block.
Yeah. Now serve it again. A pretty slow one, but a good one nonetheless. They come up for the hit. Oh! She somehow saves it. It's somehow still in play, and then here's a hit, another one. Here's the setup for the potential kill, but it's a block.
It gets winning again. She goes to save yet another ball, but just can't make it.
Yeah, the Pioneers are really breaking away with this one right now.
Like I said, now the Pioneers are up 5.
Yeah, here's Barici again for the serve. Oh, just goes over, but a nice little dink up, and then here's for the hit. Oh, and she just saves it somehow, and then they're going to hit it over, but it doesn't hit over. It hits right into the net.
Another amazing save by Providence. Even if they didn't get it back over, we definitely see that Providence, the Pioneers are fighters. They are ready. Their
They
basketball
sure are.
is true to the name. They are ready to make way for themselves because they're here to win.
They are here to win. So the Highlanders, here's the serve. Now, this is a nice little dink up. Here's where the setup. Oh, and she hits it. I don't know what she was doing there. She hit it a bit long, a bit powerful with both hands. So
Floyd now only down by 4.
now only down by 3. And, it's not that big of a gap to close, but they will have to close it nonetheless. Now, here's a set. The libero hits it up, dink it up for this hit. Oh, and that kill, it just is a bit too powerful for the block of FC. And it's point for
For
Pioneers.
sure, Hillbrook went to save that, but just didn't get enough force to
Unfortunate.
slide her across the floor.
Yeah, unfortunate. Here we go. Ella Baldwin here for the serve. She hits it over. Not quite the paciest ball, but it's there nonetheless. And the hit was way too powerful for the block. It just goes through, I believe, the middle of her arms. And, it's
sure.
a point for FC. 3 points.
We got number
between.
4 serving right now, Lincoln winning.
She's been doing great. She's been doing fantastically tonight. Here it is, set up. Oh, and the block just goes up, and here's it for the kill, and that's it. That's a point for FC.
Kaylee Hunt helping the team slowly inch right back up. Floyd's definitely come and brought back their morale.
Wenning who's serving. The gap is down to 2 points now. All right, serving it up. Now, nice little dink up. Then they set it up for the hit. Oh, Lord, what a I believe that might have, I don't know what happened there quite, but it's a point for Pioneers.
Floyd's now down by 3.
Yeah. Lily Kaiser again, serving up, bouncing it a lot, as she does. She serves it up. Nice little pacey one. Oh, she had to dive for that one. And then here's for the hit. Oh, and that's just too far. And it's a point for the Pioneers again, 20-16. They're really running away with this one.
For sure, Hunt just hit it out of bounds, about a foot or 2 out of bounds.
Yeah, here she is again. Kaiser again for the serve, bouncing it like she does.
For Providence.
Yeah, for Providence. And then, oh, nice little direction. Then they hit it up. Oh, the block gets a little bit on it. Then, oh, and the block is just on the wrong side, and it's a point for the Pioneers, 21-16.
I want to confidently say that was the first block by Kaylee Hunt, number 33, that didn't make a block that just got the point to the Providence.
Yeah,
Pioneers.
she really has been exceptional in this match, honestly.
For sure.
Her game with the blocks have just been out of this world.
I totally agree. It looks like every single time you see her, it's either her or Stella Husky
Yeah.
continuously in the duos of blocks. Sometimes you just get random people like Lostetter or Chumley. Not that they're not important to the team. They obviously have shown that they're here to play too, but that they are just like the essential duo, Stella Husky and Hunt, for blocking.
Really crucial for the game, for FC's game. The
For
blocks,
sure.
because the blocks have been what has been giving UFC quite a few points in this
I
game.
totally agree. Both teams break early from that timeout with about 10 seconds left to spare.
Yeah, they're ready.
Looks like the coaches are still talking on the court, Floyd Central's coaches, to the Highlanders.
Timeout over. Now, it will be Kaiser again. Let's see if she bounces the ball on the ground.
For sure.
Let's see this. Oh, like she does. There she is. Must give her good luck. She hits it over. Nice little bit of pace. Hits it up for the nice little hit. Oh, and it's a bit too much. And it's a point for FC.
Unable to save, Providence loses the point to FC. Right now, it's 17 for Highlanders and 21 for Providence.
Yeah.
I definitely think we're going to go into a third set.
I do believe that. It's way too close to not be. Now here she is. Here's
Number two,
number two,
Emily Cook for the
Emily
serve.
Cook for the serve. Not one that was low, but a bit not powerful. Oh, and that was powerful, but just not enough accuracy vertically
For
or
sure.
horizontally. And well, it's a point for it's a point for FC.
Cook
That-
goes to serve again.
Cook goes to serve again. The difference between them now only down to 3. Now we'll see what's going on down here. There's been a pause.
There seems to be a bit of commotion on the court from refs.
There is.
It looks like something is wrong with the net, or no, there happens to be some kind of spill, sweat, or some kind of liquid that happened to get on the court.
Probably water, I would believe. I don't know.
Some sort of that.
But that's not good for the game because they could slip. All right, here she is for the serve. Cook. Not a very pacey serve, but here it is. Oh, and the block just gets the fingertips and it bounces
Gilbert
right
went
out.
for it, but because she went for it, I think it would have been out. She didn't go for it, and it would have been a Floyd Central point.
It probably would have been.
Right now, the Pioneers are up by 4.
They are. And it's 22-18. Remember, people, if they... Well, let's wait till how this goes out first before I tell you. Now, here's that. Oh, and that's a great kill for FC. There has to be... Yes, the sets have to go to 25, but there has to at least be a 2-point difference between them. If there isn't,
For
then,
sure.
then they have to go a little bit more. They have to
Into
keep going
overtime.
until there is a 2-point difference. So that's lots of lifeline FC could rely on in this set. Now she hits it up for the for that. Oh, she just dinks it over, tricking the FC players, and you know that's great. That's great intelligence on the ball, knowing that
sure.
that they were going to try to block a hard shot, and she just dinks it over. Now here she is. Here she is for the serve.
Number 14,
Number
Nicole
14, Nicole
Stratford.
Stratford, yeah. And here she is setting it up for the hit. Oh, and she just dinks it over, and it's a point for Providence. 24.
23 to 19.
Well, now 24 to 19.
Delay on the
There
scoreboard
is a bit of
change. I
delay.
apologize for that.
Oh, the Providence fans getting rowdy in this one. Nice little serve over. Nice little setup as well. Oh, what's going on here? That's too much.
There
And
was one
it's
too
an
many hits for Floyd Central.
It's an unfortunate way to end the set.
For sure, they miscommunicated what it was going to be about. That means we're going into our third set.
It sure does.
Looks like senior Natalie Lostetter is talking to the team, hopefully getting their morale back up, as this is really close. It's one win for each team.
It sure is. It's a close match, I believe, so far. I think that it might be the opposite what we saw in the second set. The same thing might happen with FC and the Pioneers and the Highlanders and the Pioneers. That the Pioneers might get a little bit not necessarily worse, but just.
I totally agree. I totally understand what you're trying to say. The Pioneers right now, if you look at the team, they're very vibrant and lively because obviously they just won that set. Floyd's team has already ran off to the girls' locker room in the auxiliary gym. But currently, like, Pioneers are celebrating or are overjoyed with that win.
Having a little team talk, tactical talk as well. And, well, you know, it's been a really good match so far, and I'm excited to see what happens in the third set.
For sure. While we have this time between the second and third set, I would like to thank the following grant writers who made this production possible: Bledsoe Painting Company, Geckler Pools and Spas, Lazy Sundays, Walnut Ridge Landscaping and Design Incorporation. Once again, we just like to thank you because not only do you support us financially, but you also just give the community, you help the community as well. You help them with multiple things, whether it's like Lazy Sundays from ice cream and food, or to pools and spas, whatever the community needs, you're there to support and help us, and we highly appreciate that.
Yeah, we do genuinely appreciate that, and I know we do say it many times, but we want to make it clear that we do. It's not something that we're just reading off of paper. We do genuinely, like, appreciate your guys' help and your guys' contributions.
Certainly, we got number 22.
Oh, doing some cartwheels down there.
But
yeah, and we appreciate your contributions, and we really appreciate the ones we have now. And if anyone wants to give
I
a
totally
contribution,
agree. We have 1 minute just about until the third set
Just
starts.
about.
And right now, coaches breaking down with Lady Highlanders, getting everyone's mindset right back on the game.
Yeah.
And the Pioneers, they look like they're ready to win. Coach is getting really up close and personal with number 20, Reese Carver. She's a sophomore. A lot of Providence's varsity team, actually not a lot, almost all are sophomores. No seniors, 2 juniors, and 3 freshmen.
3 freshmen.
I
That's
think
impressive.
That is insane compared to Floyd Central's team, who we only have 1 sophomore, Jenna Highbreeder, number 1,
No freshmen.
and 4 seniors.
The majority
And
of the team is composed of juniors, right?
for sure it is.
Well, so that's what I'm saying. It's just very, it's you have to hand it to the Pioneers. They have some really nice young people who come straight out of middle school, and are already playing in the varsity team. That
For
means
sure. And
that shows their
obviously,
quality.
They're giving Floyd Central junior and seniors a good run for their money.
Oh, they are.
And with the exception of sophomore Jenna Highbreeder, right now we have Natalie Lostetter on the court, number 16, and Callie Salhusky, number 41, Kaylee Hunt, number 33. Like I just said earlier, Jenna Highbreeder, number 19, number 22, Riley Chumley, and number 8 for Floyd Central right now for their starting out team for the start of the 3rd set.
Yeah.
Providence team is high-fiving around.
I've around. Again, we saw the same thing with FC in the beginning of the 2nd set. You mustn't get too confident. Oh, and they're doing
Providence is getting ready.
what I like to call the Viking clap.
For sure, they're doing their school chants is what it seems to be like right now. They're definitely getting rowdy. I want to see the same energy brought from Floyd,
I want to see that too.
especially because I know that the Floyd Kill Crew, they did get rowdy. I want to see it happen again.
They've really been trying to. Sometimes in the last 2 sets, they've been trying to distract the Pioneer players, which is kind of funny. I mean, they shouldn't. I don't know if that's necessarily what they should be doing, but you know what? The
There
ref can't
definitely
stop
is
them.
always some teasing going back and forth, especially in high school games. I think it's a great and fun environment. Also, it's good to have fun in games, just as long as it doesn't go too far. I totally agree.
Yeah. Obviously, no insults or anything like that.
For
but
sure.
I mean, I think they're having simple fun, making noises behind the server, and that's part of it. And if you want, and with these people who are playing a sport, you gotta be focused no matter
For
what.
sure, we got number 19, Highbreeder up for the serve to
Highbreeder up
start
for the serve.
3rd set.
Nice. She's waiting.
Looks
for
like
it.
ref is getting everyone in position. Refs communicating back and forth with each other.
Communicating, getting the
They're waiting for the girls with flags
yeah,
to get in their positions.
and the lineswomen to get there. So she serves it over. Nice little dink up. Nice set up for the hit. Oh my lord, that is a kill and a half. That is a point for the Pioneers. And really nothing FC could have done about that. That was just greatly hit.
For sure, number 8, Mandy Hess went to save it, but just was not close enough.
No, it wasn't. Nice. Number 4 for
Swaps out number 6 for Pioneers.
number 4 coming on. And not only coming on for the serve as well.
Ella Baldwin.
Ella Baldwin, yeah. And she's coming in, serving it up. And she gets that
Lostetter
nice little
hits.
dink up for the hit. And, it's just a bit too much for the libero for the Pioneers, and that's a point for FC.
Lostetter with another point that makes them tied at 1-1. Already just the start of this match, but it definitely is getting pretty heated back and
Yeah,
forth.
it is getting quite heated, and Wenning getting it up, then the serve, nice little sit up. Oh, and it's a block, but it's failed, but they just can get it over. And nice the failed block, but it can stop it just enough to hit it again. Then that again. Oh, she gets to it. She just hits it over. Nice little setup for the kill. Oh my, that is a point. That was not as great as the other rallies we've seen, but that was pretty good.
For sure, Highbreeder was definitely just a little too far to the left to be able to get that point.
I agree. Now, the ball went back in the hallway, I think, or it might not have. And so here it is. Again,
Number 5,
Number 5.
Lily Kaiser on the serve for Pioneers.
she's serving up again with that bounce that she always does. She's serving it up, and it's out of bounds. It's a bit,
She has the aggression, but the strength is just too far.
it's just a bit too much, and it's a point for FC. It's 2-2, tied. Again, we just have to see who pulls away, because we know that these two can be neck and neck, but when they pull away, that's who eventually wins.
For
Now,
sure.
Number 2. Oh, and it just goes over the net, and it's just a wrong. She hits it, just times it incorrectly.
I
and
think it caught Ella Baldwin off surprise because it barely just tipped over. She went to dive, but wasn't quick enough.
Or she might have been a bit too quick. She might have anticipated a bit much and went too early.
True. Number 2, Emily Cook just served
Sets it
Floyd.
up, sets it up for the tip over, and she's been doing that all match, hasn't she? She's
sure.
really has been like smart, just smarting out the FC team, and well, they need to start adapting to that because they know that's what she does. They can't be overly.
Number 9 on Providence takes the serve.
Yeah, serving it up. They can't be too like that. Oh, what a block! And it's a point for the Pioneers. 4-3. Still quite close. It's anyone's game at this point. And who knows? She comes
Number
up.
9 goes for the set again. Taylor.
She shoots it up. Nice little hit up. And then save that. She hits it up for the hit. Oh! That might have been on the line, though.
It's called to be a Providence point, making them up by 2
It's
now.
quite close. It probably was a Providence point, but not by much. Not by much. She's coming up for the serve again. She's hitting it up. Nice little dink up for the libero, but it's too much. If not, she's going to run into the bleachers.
Number 4 on Floyd's team went to save it, but it bounced it out, and actually one of the fans in the crowd caught the ball and tossed it back in.
Yeah, Wedding not able to get the ball because she doesn't want to injure herself. Bansbach again for Providence serving again. She's been quite good, but not now. She hasn't been good in this serve.
It looks like Providence's arm for their serving is just a little too overpowered, and they need to back it up a little bit, and just the skill is there. The strength is just getting their head. They're just going too much. Right now we have number 11, Keaton Kaiser, serving for Floyd.
He stinks it up, sets it up for the hit, and again, like she always does, she does that. She just tips it over, and again, it catches FC by surprise. When are they going to learn?
Winnie went to dive once more to save that, but she just couldn't get it back up and hit off the net pole.
There's only so much a libero can do, and you know, that was just a bit too far. It's a bit too far away from her. Now,
number 14 serving for Providence.
Now, and it hits the net. It's a point for FC.
That makes FC down by 2 now.
Down by 2.
In the third set.
It's not a lot. FC could still get in the lead in this if they just get a nice string of points.
We have Hunt on the serve for Floyd.
Nice little serve. Nice. Hits it in. Oh my! That is a hit and a half.
Kaiser dove, but obviously was just not far enough to get through.
Just too much power. Just skims her arm, and well, that's a point for the Pioneers. Here she is. Camila Adams, the libero, coming for the serve. Serves it over. Not a lot of power, or a decent amount of power. Not too much though. She hits it. Oh, and that's a kill. What a hit was that? What kind of hit was that? That was great.
I would definitely say that's an ace for Floyd Central.
Yeah.
Right now we're switching out players. Number 22, Riley Chumley Sr. just swapped in. We have number 8, Mandy Hess Jr. on the serve.
Now she's coming up. She's bouncing it, as you need to do. Maybe gives her good luck. Who knows? Nice little dink up. Sets it up for the hit. Nice block. Oh, but it's just...
The block by number 22 and 41. Chumley and Stella Husky just wasn't there.
I believe she tried to go for the ball again, which is not really... That's not a...
Number 1 Providence serve.
Number 1 Providence serve, and then sets it up. Nice little thing for that. Oh, what a... Just not enough.
And that's going to make it Floyd's point. Down by 2 once more for the Highlanders.
Down by 2. That was great.
Kaiser was just swapped out for Lowstetter.
Nice. Now we have Hilbrich serving here for FC. Hits it over. A little bit high. Sets it up for that hit. Oh, what a block that is. Then, and that was amazing.
After that block that Callie and Riley just
gets
had
a
made.
finger on it. and it's FC's point.
For sure, you got the crowds going crazy right now for
They
Floyd.
sure are.
Now we're only Floyd's now only down by 1 point.
Caroline Hilbridge again for the serve, and then she gets it. She hits it up. Serves it up for the dink. Oh, and again, like
Saved.
she always does.
By Hess.
Yeah. Then, just comes off of her hand wrong.
Chumley went to hit it over, but it hit the net unfortunately instead. That makes Pioneers up by 2.
Probably just hit the inner side of her hand just a bit too much, and she couldn't get the power that
For
you
sure.
really can. All right, so now it's Ella Baldwin for the serve. Again, serving it over. Nice bit of power.
Low
Hits-
setter with just the dud of a hit, just didn't go anywhere, didn't hit the net, was actually kind of under the net, if anything.
Yeah, it wasn't the best. It wasn't what you would think.
For
you
sure,
should do.
Pioneers serve again.
Serve again. Now sets it up. Here's the setup for the hit. Oh, and that's just a bit too much power, and the angle's just a bit too far.
I think both teams are really bringing the heat tonight.
They
but
really
they
are.
just got to tone down the strength every
They-
single hit and serve.
They bring the heat, but they just gotta
For
cool
sure.
off. Now
Pioneers with a serve again.
they serving it up. That was quite a weak serve, honestly, but it's a one. Oh, they're using their tactic now. Just hitting it over. Tries to go for the power that time, but the one time she does, it doesn't go over. Hits the net.
I think there's another point to Highlanders,
Point to
making Highlanders 3 down.
Sure is. Now, here she is.
Number 4 for Floyd Central Highlanders is currently serving Lincoln Winnie.
Nice little setup for FC. Oh, and what
Great
a save
save
that
by
was.
Hilbrick.
Yeah, that was amazing. And then she goes up for the hit. Oh, great.
Hilbrick again.
Gilbert again. She's been really
Low
doing well.
setter with that.
Just hits
that
the
hit,
inside of the
but
net.
It just wasn't enough.
It just was not enough. And you know what? If they start getting those accurate hits over the net, I think that they'll be able to pull ahead. But for right now, it's Pioneers are ahead by 4. Now here she's to serve. Sets libero, sets it up. Here she goes. Oh, and the block.
Hunt
Was it?
attempted to spike, but the block was just too good. Hunt didn't have enough leverage.
Timeout
behind.
for FC.
While we're in this timeout, we'd like to thank the following grant writers who made this production possible: Southern Indiana Electric and HVAC, United Dynamics Incorporation, Bare Metals Incorporations, Sorga and Sportswell. Additionally,
Pete Palmer Law LLC, Elite Heating and Air, Mr. Hardware, Southern Indiana Equipment LLC. Also, additionally, Jecker Excavating and Septic.
yeah, we'd just like to thank you guys in the community for supporting. Right now, we have Providence just got a little rowdy with some of the cheers because I believe Floyd Central called the timeout. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they're already breaking. Floyd Central really knows what their team needs. These coaches must know these girls pretty well because every single time a timeout is called, they instantaneously have about 15, 20 seconds left over that the girls can get on the court,
Yeah.
get ready in position, and in that mindset. So the coach must know, hey, you need to do this, you need to work on this, and we got it together.
They're getting
Pines-
serious.
For sure, Pioneers take the full extent of time, like always almost, and they're not breaking. Now we're getting right back into play
It's right
with the
back into
Highlanders
play.
at 9 and the Pioneers at 14.
Kaiser again with the serve, with those bounces that she always does. Kill Crew being a bit rowdy behind her, trying to distract her, but that's not really gonna. Oh, but it just almost. And then set up for the hit. Oh, what a hit that was.
Low setter with a beautiful ace that went
Ooh.
into the left
Ooh.
side of the court on Providence's side.
That was great. That was great.
They're definitely going to keep low setter in.
They definitely are. And it's 14 to 10 now. 4-point gap, but I have a feeling that FC could pull back into this game.
I agree. They just switched in number 1 high breeder.
Now here we are setting it up. Here's the setup for the hit. She just hits it softly. Here's the setup for the hit. Oh, and it's just passed.
Low setter with another hard hit, but this one was just a little too much. Like we see on both sides of these teams lately, it just continuously is getting hit out of balance. These girls are both missing points for
Yeah.
really no reason. These are really mistakes that are correctable. Number 9 for Providence is serving currently.
She's serving, hits it up. Now she's nice little setup for the hit. Oh, and she hits it.
Low setter just redeemed herself with, although it wasn't as powerful as the last one, it definitely did just give her Floyd Central another point, making them only 4 points down now.
4 points down. It's 15 to 11. Now here we are again with another serve. Now
This one's served by Keegan Kaiser.
Yeah, it is. And she serves it up. Nice little, a bit too much. Oh, she's trying to go for something cheeky there. But then here we are. Hits it over. Not too much power, so she sets it up for the hit. Oh, and what a save that is. Oh, sets it up for another hit. What block that is. Oh, my.
There seemed to be a little miscommunication when it was set by Lady Highlanders. Hunt went to go get it, but then someone ended up getting confused. She wasn't there in time, and so it just didn't play out how they would like to, I would assume.
The audience not liking that.
For sure, number 14 for Providence is getting ready for that serve right now.
She's coming in, serving it over. Quite simple, no run up, none of that. She sets it up for another hit. Nice little hit over to the back of the area. Then she hits it up. All right, set up for another hit for FC, and that's a nice ace there.
That was awesome by Highbreeder. She is the youngest girl on the team currently for Floyd Central Varsity, as sitting only as a sophomore.
Yeah.
And she's in play a lot.
Yeah. She's been doing quite well. She's been pulling her weight, because there is an expectation if you're a younger
For sure.
person.
Number 33, Kaylee Hunt, is serving for Floyd Central.
Right, exactly. So she sets it up. Here's a setup for the hit. Oh, and it's just a bit too much. She gets her finger on it, so.
It runs off Highbreeder's hands, and we just saw the disappointment Hunt had as she fell to the ground and angered that she couldn't fix and get the ball.
Yeah. All right, libero again. Adams for the Pioneers. She sets it up for the hit, just dinks it over. But again, it's not that much of a difficulty, but that ace it's spectacular. There's no other word.
Providence just got right through Floyd's block. It looks like Providence is showing us that they're the 22nd state team in the state of Indiana currently, because right now they're up to 6, and I think that's the biggest gap we've had between all these sets. Served by Pioneers.
Oh, she just gets it over. Oh, what's going on here? That's set. Oh, the block just goes on the wrong side, and it seems to be a point for the Pioneers. 19-12.
Unfortunate but true. Callie there with the block again, though.
Yeah.
Number 23, Adams, is serving for Pioneers currently.
Adams, the libero, coming here. Hits that up. Nice little setup for the hit. Oh, that block was great. Nice little hit.
Great save by Floyd.
Oh, and that was just simple, wasn't it? There was just a bit too much space in the middle.
For sure, there just wasn't. There's too much space. I think they got in their head. I mean, right now, the Pioneers are up by 8. That is the biggest gap we have seen thus far tonight. And Floyd Central just called a timeout because obviously it looks like they're hurting and they're going to need one. I'm waiting for the kill crew to be as lively as the parents of the Pioneers are. I think our girls really need this morale boost right now if they want to have a shot at winning this game.
Yeah.
Because currently it looks like the Pioneers are going to end up winning the 2 out of the 3 matches, the 2 out of 3 sets for sure.
Like we said in the beginning, or like I said in the beginning at least. I don't know if you said it or not. Like the kill crew and the home advantage, it can really help, but that's only going to help as far as if the home fans are going to be louder than the away fans, and so far they haven't really.
I totally agree. I mean, if we look at the Floyd Central girls, they look really anguished over here, but the girls for Providence they're shaking to the Michael Jackson music, and they're getting ready to go back in that court. In fact, they're already there. Floyd takes the entire timeout time, which they haven't done all game. None of the sets how they took an entire time. They usually give 10 seconds leeway, but I guess they really need that 15 seconds to talk. Providence has the first serve with number 23, Adams.
They're looking much more serious and hungry now, FC. Now the libero, she sets it up, Adams. Now here's the setup for the hit. Oh, and she gets that. That is great.
Great hit. We actually just saw the kill crew. We were looking for them to get rowdy. They were, I think, barking at the Adams, giving some energy that this is our house.
This is our house. You are not welcome here.
For sure, they're trying to make it intimidating to play. And I think it's just really showing these girls that they have support.
As they should. Mandy Hess here for the serve. Bouncing it a little bit, as everyone does. Here for the serve. No run up, just that. Nice little hit up. And set up for the hit. Oh, just a little bit of miscommunication there. Here's a set up for another hit. Oh, and that block was great.
For sure, set up by Mandy Hess. But Callie Selhusky could just knock it over the net, even though she is super tall.
Yeah,
she got Providence serving number 1.
Oh, and that just goes over. Now here's the hit. Oh, she dinks it over. A little bit of confusion. It's a point for FC.
Callie redeems herself with that, making yet another point for FC, but it's the same score since Providence had just gotten up.
Yeah, it's 21-14. It's 7 points behind, but you know nothing's impossible.
Number 19, Hillbrook is up for the serve. Floyd.
Sets it up. Now it's not the best, but she hits it. Oh, what a hit that was!
Providence just set a dinger on Floyd Central, making it 3 points away to the winning of
There
the
was no
set.
stopping that one. That was like that was an absolute rocket, just going down, going to her hands, and unfortunately, there's not much she could have done about that.
It really was. Right now, the Providence Pioneers are up by 2. They're served right now.
Nice. Hit it up, set it up for the hit. Oh, and that's a great save, or a great hit up. Nice. And then setting it up for another hit. Oh, and that save is great as well. Nice. Hitting it over. Oh! Nice hitting it over again. Oh, she saves it, but it's just a bit too much. No one was there to receive it.
Hillbrook went and tried to reach out. The blocks were not what they expected for Callie and Chumley. They just weren't enough. And so right now, they need 2 more points to win. We have Providence serve.
They serve in again, and it's a quite low serve. What happened there? That was a bit of miscommunication.
They are really getting in their head because now they have 1 point left. Floyd girls need to get it together right now if they even think of having a chance in this game, because right now they're 10 points down.
Quite loud, the Providence fans, and they are 10 points ahead.
Pioneer serve.
It's up. That's great. Oh, that was a great block as well. It's an FC point.
FC really needed that point. I think give them some morale. You had the Providence fans starting to spell out a word. I'm not sure what it was, but I think they're sensing a win in the near future for them.
Again,
Providence fans are getting rowdy.
Libero for FC, winning. Oh, Lord. That went out. It's not.
That's officially.
That was a great hit. She just got to it, but unfortunately there's just too much power, and her swing, the direction it took it out of bounds. That's a set for Providence.
That makes 2 wins for Providence, 1 win for Floyd Central High School. The girls of Floyd Central are huddling around. I'm sure they're giving each other words of encouragement and just letting everyone know that next round they got this. It was a home advantage, but they lost again, just like they did last season. You have the Pioneers over in their little huddle, just celebrating, drinking water, getting refreshed. And it seems that right now, Coach for Floyd just stays out of the huddle and lets the girls talk and discuss it amongst themselves to see what is this about.
Yeah. Interesting what they're talking about.
For sure, you got the kill crew standing up, seems like stretching their legs.
They sure seem to be.
Doing other things. Right now, I just want to notice that Jean Kaiser, she was really in the backcourt the entire time. Number 11, continuously getting stuff. And she actually, as of last year, Kaiser was inducted to the IHSAA Student Advisor Committee for volleyball, basketball, and track for the years 2020 to 2022. And I think that's awesome. She's a triathlete. Not only she's just good all around in a lot of things she does, I know that she can also sing pretty well. Even though Floyd just took this loss, they're over there and they're getting rowdy. I'm glad to see that morale is back up because they're here. They're still here. They're sweaty. They're tired. But at the end of the day, they show up and they have the heart to play. And I definitely think coming into this, we knew it was going to be a challenge match with Providence being 22 ranked in the nation. Not in the nation, in the state currently. And with the win last year for Providence instead of Floyd. Last game, Providence's last game, they played Carmel, and they actually won. It was on September 11th. It was 3-2. And Floyd Central's last game was actually against rivals New Albany High School, and it was 3-0 on September 9th.
Tough to win for FC.
We have about a minute and a half until the next set.
Yeah, FC, they tried really hard in this match. I'm not quite enough to overcome Providence, but you know, there's always next time, and there is obvious room for improvement here, and I think that they really can, because they are showing signs to be a really solid unit.
I totally agree, and I think that this is taking Floyd a lot they took a lot of fight tonight in this game. Providence, since it isn't only freshman and sophomore, I'm curious to see what they're going to look like their junior and senior years, if they're already this well-rounded and just that great of phenomenal players.
For sure, yeah.
Right now we have the Providence team celebrating. Floyd team, it seems to be talking strategy on the court currently.
They do seem to be.
The girls are getting ready. The refs are getting right back into their spots. And currently, I love to see the festivities at the announcing table. They have golden hats on, and that is just really cool, because usually, because there's not a lot of fans that come out, we see a lot of green and gold here tonight, and I'm super excited to see that.
Yeah.
We have about 3 seconds until the buzzer, and there's the buzzer. All right, the coaches are getting ready with their girls. Everyone's getting in place. The music has been turned off, and we're getting set up.
We sure are.
Floyd's here again, starting with Chumley, High Breeder, Stella Husky, Hess, Hunt, and Lostetter. That's who they decided to put on the court first for this next one.
Great. Yeah. And so I'm curious to see what FC is really going to bring in the second, or in the next set, because I'm sure that they can really bring the heat here.
I totally agree. It's Providence's serve first. Number 1 for Providence, Grace Pachuta.
Yeah, here it is. For the serve. Here's to set it up. Oh, that block was amazing.
Great save by Floyd. Back
just
over.
hits it over somehow. Now set it up for the hit. Oh, that was great. That's an ace. That was amazing.
Lincoln Winning was nowhere near the ball at that time in the court and just couldn't get to it.
Yeah. So,
It's Providence's serve once more, number 1.
Number 1, serving it up, getting a little bit of a run up, not too much power on it, sets it up for another hit, just dinks it over. That would have gone out if she had let it, but she didn't. Oh, and that was a great save by the libero for FC, and that's a point for FC.
For sure, that was just way too much from Providence.
Way too much.
It makes it tied 1-1. I do not know how many times we're gonna have to say makes it tied in this match between the two teams.
Yeah.
You got number 19 Hillbrook serving for Floyd.
Yeah. So setting it up for the hit. Oh, that was too much.
Hess went to reach in the back, but just wasn't fast enough.
There's really nothing we could have done there. Really nothing you could have done. And that has been kind of the theme, is that I think FC hasn't really been good in closing a lot of space, and they really need to be improving in that category if they want to win this match.
I agree. I think
It's setting it up. Get the setup for the spike. Oh my!
Awesome spike gets Floyd team morale up exponentially. The team on the bench literally just stood up and pumped their fists in the air.
Yeah, here it is.
We got number 4.
Number 4, and she's coming up, serving the libero. Nice little hit, pretty low, pretty powerful as well. Setting it up for the hit. The block missed just a little bit. Now they somehow saved it. Now they hit it over. Setting it up. Oh, that was just too much power.
Hess went to save it, but it went out of bounds on the right side.
Yeah. I totally agree. And so
it's Providence's serve.
Providence's serve.
Starting with number 5.
Yeah.
Lily Kaiser. They like to use her as someone to serve.
She's bouncing it on the floor, as she often does. Now, setting up. Oh, it was a good save, but just no one there to keep it in play. And so it's another point for Providence, 4-2.
For sure, we got fans for Floyd Central trying to spark that initiation right into the girls. We've got a serve, number 5, Lily for Providence. It was too far, just shy of the line to make it inside the court. So that gives FC another point, and that makes FC down by 1.
Down by 1, not by much. FC could still pull this back. They just really got to focus right
This
now.
gives a serve to Floyd Central, making number 2, Emily Cook Jr. serving.
Emily Cook here. Emily Cook Jr. here for the serve. She's coming up, hits it over. Now hits it over. Oh, that block was amazing.
Great block by Kaylee Hunt.
Jumping like a kangaroo, jumping like an Olympic jumper, like pole vaulting, just to get to that, and it's point for FC. 4-4, all tied, all square. Here she is, Emily Cook Jr. again serving. Gets a little bit of a run up, not much. Has to dive to get that again. Does for this, just tips it over. She somehow saves it. Not enough. It's into the net, and it's a point for
Winning tried to save it. Hunt then came in and tried to save it again, but no one could get it up outside of the net.
Point for the Pioneers. And here she is. Here she is to serve it up, number 9. And hits it over. Nice little, hits her face, I think. And she hits it over somehow. The nice little play. Oh, she just tries to flick it over again. That's something she's also been trying to do, being a little bit cheeky, but that is a great hit. That's a point for FC, 5-5. They really have been putting the heat on this set.
Low setter with a wonderful ace.
Yeah.
Ties the score up.
Totally. Ties the score up. They're bouncing it a little bit for the serve. She gets it, sets it up a little bit. Oh, that block was amazing. Then she gets it over. They somehow get it over. That's a point for the Pioneers.
It's a point for Providence. It enrages FC fans as they argue with refs. And
Talking to the referee, number 19, because they feel that they really that there was something there that they really should have gotten the point.
it seems to be that ref is not budging and is not going to give the point.
Sticking by the decision. Fair enough. It is a point for the Pioneers. Now.
All right, serving Pioneers, number 14.
She comes and serve it up. Oh, what was that?
Kaiser hits it way out of bounds outside of the court. Number 4 and number 19 attempt to go and save it, but it's just too far gone for them to even get in the bounds.
They realized too late that they weren't at the right position. And point for the Pioneers,
number 14
yeah.
for the Pioneers is serving.
And serve it up. Nice little flick up. Set it up for the hit. Oh, that was great. Not enough. She could have done there.
Adams just fails to save.
Adams really couldn't have done much there, but that's a great point for FC. 6-7. I think that FC's
shown that they're here to win.
They're here to win.
They
just
came back.
They just gotta get showed in the scoreline.
They're definitely fighting to be the underdog in this situation.
They really are. Oh, that's out of bounds. It's 7-7. All square.
Providence fans are enraged now. You got the dads standing up, waving their
All
hands
the dads,
in
baby.
anger.
The angry dads.
Moms are shouting.
Moms are shouting. Dads are shouting. Parents are shouting. Siblings
It
are shouting.
looks like the
I'm assuming.
refs are going to talk and discuss this matter, considering this caused some pretty crazy
Both
reactions
camps
from
just
both
huddled in the
crowds.
middle of the floor, not concerning too much over the ref's decision there, just huddling about their tactics, and yeah.
Both coaches anxiously wait for the call of the ref, and the ref calls
It's
it.
FC's
It's
point.
Floyd's point. That makes it 7-7 again. We got Providence crowd not cheering, but cheering against FC and yelling boo. We got Kaylee Hunt on the serve for Floyd. Set by number 1,
Here she
Providence.
is. Oh, that was a great save. Nice. Sets it up. Oh, and it's just too much power.
It's saved by
Oh,
Providence.
it's saved. That is spectacular by Providence, hitting off the ceiling. That time, I'm assuming, way too much power, and that's FC's point.
Number 6 from Providence is unable to save that.
FC in the lead for the first time in quite a while.
I'm not sure we've seen a save that crazy in this game yet.
That was, they got a little, I will say they got a little bit lucky with the
Hunt
bounce. Here's
serving,
the
number 33 for
Number
Floyd.
33 for Floyd. Sets it up here, number 1. Oh, she hits
Hunt
it.
saves.
Oh, that's spectacular. She sets it up for the hit, blocks it, sets it up. Nice for the hit. Oh, it's just.
That's a Providence point right
It's a
there.
Pioneers
Floyd
point.
thought we were gonna get it, but it barely just crossed the line of
Point for
out of
Providence.
bounds. Got the score tied up once more. Adams in the serve for Providence, number 23.
She gets it. Ooh, just over the net, and she saves it. Now set up for the hit. Oh, it's too much. They get confused there. Highlanders with a point.
This game looks like it's going to be point for point as each team goes back and forth,
Point.
fighting for 1 point at a time.
But it seems though FC has been playing the best in this set.
Right now, Kill Crew is bringing the heat of what we wanted.
They've been bringing the majority of
We
all
got
the
number 8,
FCs.
Mandy Hess, serving for Floyd Central.
She is. Now she hits it. Hits it just over. The libero gets it. Adams now hits it up for the set. Oh, what a block that was. Hits it back. Hits it up for the hit. Oh, that was amazing.
Blocked by Callie Stella Husky.
That is
Number 48.
spectacular.
Hess is ready to serve again.
Yes, again. She's ready. The last few serves have
The
been great.
first time in a while, Floyd's been up by 2.
They've been up by 2.
Hess serves.
They've really been turned on in this one. All right, setting it up for the hit. Oh, and she does it, but the libero saves it. And she hits it. And it's still in. It's still in play. Still in play. Hits it. FC to kill it. That's
FC
the
with a
point for FC.
wonderful ace.
3 ahead. 11 to 8.
Floyd Central fans are ecstatic right now. Their fans are clapping, yelling, and screaming. Providence just called a timeout, and that's the first time in a while Providence has called a timeout on behalf of them because obviously they haven't needed it until now with Floyd up by 3 and Providence at the score of 8. And right now, it's cool and unique to see how the team stands when they're up versus when they're down. I mean, Floyd always, when they're winning, when they're up by points, they're more spread out, they're sparse, they're still listening, they're still engaged, but you can definitely tell that their demeanor is more confident and just ready to win. And look, they're giving so much leeway and time at this call. 40 seconds left in the timeout, and Floyd has already dismissed their team. The girls are back on the court while we have Providence over here who's taking the full time again. Oh, doesn't seem like they're actually going to take the full time. They're going to end about 30 seconds early. And the girls are back out on the court again. And I'm ready to see the heat brought because every single time Providence calls a timeout, they mean business. They come
do.
back with
They
a
do.
punch.
Hess up here for the serve for Floyd Central. Bouncing in a little bit. She seems calm, cool, and collected. Now, let's see if the serve emulates that. She's bouncing a little bit, still bouncing, waiting a little bit, getting a little bit of a walk to serve it. Libero hits it up, sets it up for the hit. Oh, get the block, just stops the velocity of the ball. Then they hit it up, and the ball, it's hit just over somehow. And then they hit it over Providence, and then they set it up for another hit. Oh, and she tries.
Hilbert went to hit it over, but an attempt to tip just over the net, but wasn't enough momentum
Was
behind
not
it,
enough.
so just didn't get over. It's Providence's serve now,
Providence
number
is
1.
Up.
The serve has been set.
Yes. Oh, she saves it, and it's out.
Kaiser attempts to save, but it's just out of the bounds, just by about a foot and a half. That makes Providence only down by 1 point, like I said. They're here to win.
Paricci
Serve.
up against for another serve. Now sets it up for the hit, and sets it up. Oh, she just hits it over at that point. Sets it up for another one, another hit. Oh my!
A great redemption for Highbreeder. As 2 plays ago, she barely didn't get it over the net, but now she just got a point for Floyd, tying the game 11-11.
11-11.
Serve for Pioneers.
Nice light little. Oh! There's really not much she could have done
Right
there.
off
Adams,
the Libero's hands. For
Adams,
Pioneers.
that's not much she could have done there. Here it is. Here we are again. Another serve for FC.
Hilbrick with the serve.
Serving it up. Nice little hit up. Nice for a setup to a hit. Oh, and that was just fantastic, wasn't it?
Hilbrick totally let the ball fly right past her on the side. That takes the game tie 12-12.
It is. And
I'm not sure I've seen a tighter game recently. You got Providence to serve number 14.
yeah. Now setting it up. Nice little setup for the hit. Nice little dink up. Libero hits it up for the serve up. Oh, and
Great
she saved it
save.
somehow. She's saved it up. Oh, and the block missed, but enough to get it into her hands. Hits it. Libero saves it. Hits it over, and that's out of bounds. That's a point for FC.
Making the Pioneers down by 1 point. The Pioneers wiping off their sweat, getting their shoes ready to play. Got number 4 for Floyd Central. Lakin winning the serve.
Oh.
The serve was no good. She
That was...
hit the net straight up, and it just wasn't great. At this kind of game, and this point, you really need your serves to be great because those are easy points. Number 5 for Providence is getting ready to serve.
Here she is again, Kaiser. Hits it up. Oh, hits it over. Sets it up for another hit. The block just enough, but is a point for FC, I believe.
And they're getting ready, switching out some subs for Floyd Central High School. Coach for Providence is talking to the girls on the side of the court. And we have number 2 for Floyd Central, Emily Cook Jr., ready to serve.
Nice. Hitting it up, setting it up just for a nice little hit here. Just sticking it over. Nice. She can set it up for another one, for another shot by them. Nice little block there. Stopping the velocity. Hits it over, but it's out of bounds. It's a 2-point lead for the Highlanders.
Floyd team is celebrating because they're up by 2, and this is going to be a tight game, just like the other sets.
Tight game, but FC's really been turning it on. Here we are, number 2, here for the serve. Emily Cook serving it, not quite so powerful, but good over the net. Now hits it over. Nice little block to stop the velocity. Now the hit over. Same thing with them, and it's a point for FC.
That makes Floyd up by 3.
Touch the net.
The most they've been up this entire set. Currently the score is 16 Highlanders,
Changing
13
the
Providence.
formation, Providence.
Number 2, Emily Cook serving again. And the serve was just too much.
Just a bit too much. Just a bit too much power on it. That's what that
Giving
was.
the point to Providence.
Giving a point to Providence.
Providence's serve, number
16,
9.
14. Number 9. Basbat. Oh, and it just doesn't get there.
Most that are spiked down, and their block for Providence just wasn't enough to get it. And
17.
no one in the backcourt was quick enough to come up for help for Providence. We got number 11, Keaton Kaiser, on the serve for Floyd Central.
Oh, serving it up. And she hits it. Just sticking it over, and she hits it. Trying to save it, but it's not enough.
Makes Highlanders up by 4 points.
That's a timeout.
Another timeout called by Providence. The Floyd girls are ecstatic with this win. I wonder if Providence is going to use the full time this time or not.
They might, or they might not. Providence, as we saw in the last timeout, they used only half of it. They didn't really use all of it.
For sure.
So I'm wondering, like just like you, seems like they're using all of it now. It's almost past half the time, but yeah, Providence really, I don't know what's been going on in this set, but they really haven't been on now.
I agree. You got Providence fans getting rowdy, hoping to cheer the girls up. But right now, Floyd Central Kilker in the green zone is starting to make their voice known and heard.
Floyd Central is really performing well in this one.
Floyd's huddle breaks about 15 seconds early before the timeout, and Providence follows just a few seconds behind, about 5 seconds left till the timeout's over.
Yeah. Really using FC with a 4-point lead.
Right now they're getting set up.
Keegan Kaiser here for the hit, here for the serve it up, bouncing it with form. Now she walks over. Not a very light. Oh, what's going on there? Almost the point off the serve. That would be incredible.
Although Providence ended up getting the point, they were not expecting Keegan's serve to be so light.
Yeah, they were not expecting it. The libero having to run in from the back just to get it. Now we have Stratford up here for Providence to serve it. 18-15, that's what it is. She serves it up. Pretty powerful, flat arc on that one. Then she hits it. Oh, and that block was great, but it's a point for Providence.
Floyd Central's fans begin to get enraged by that call. They think the call was unfair because she blocked, and
People down in the FC
For sure, we got serve for Providence.
Stratford FC coach is not too happy about it either. Oh, just too powerful.
And number 4 just gives that one away. Lakin Winning Jr. just gives it away. It looks like Floyd's calling this timeout because now they're down. Providence only down by 1 now. We even got the green zone. The Kill Crew standing up with anticipation on their feet.
They have belief. They have belief that we're going to win this set.
I definitely think that this is going to give Providence the idea that, hey, like, we're worried. You got under our skin. And, I mean, the girls in the Providence huddle right now are swaying to the music currently playing. And Floyd Central girls are really focused. They're actually already breaking.
Yeah.
I wonder what coach wanted to say so eagerly to call a whole timeout to just break for, like, with half the timeout left over.
Yeah, they're breaking, but you look at their eyes, you look at them down there, they're serious.
For sure, they're ready to win. Providence using the whole time like they do almost every single timeout called, really taking advantage of the time they get to talk to their team and just really influence their play in the next few serves.
Yeah, totally. Swaying along with the music just to calm and lighten up a bit, but you know, deep down, they're a little bit
They're a little shaken up, yeah, for sure. We got the serve number 14 for Providence.
14, she's coming up.
Stratford,
she's coming up for the serve. Hits it hard like she normally does. The libero hits it somehow.
Great save by Floyd.
Oh,
and
it's just not over.
About a ball's length away from being over the net. That makes it game tied 18-18. Both Providence and Floyd fans are really on their feet. It looks like the girls on both sides of the net are cheering on their girls in the back court with the serve from number 14 from Providence.
Exactly. Now she's nice little hit up. Maybe a bit too much on that one. Oh, that went over, but it's now Providence's lead, 19-18. This is a close match.
This is a super close match. I wonder who's going to get the win of this set. It really just comes down to who wants it more. Providence serve right now, number 14
and FC
once
need
more.
to win the set now. They hit it up, flick it up, nice little hit, and hits off them. It's FC's point. 19-19. This is close. This is coming down to the wire.
It really is.
We have not been tied this, I don't think, this late into this many points.
No, we haven't. We usually it ends up with a 5-point gap by the time we get to the the late teens.
Yeah.
All right, we got with the serve for Floyd.
Up. Oh.
And it hits the net. She gives a point away.
She gives a point away. Not what you want to do in this situation.
It definitely isn't. It's tight, so coach benches her and pulls in number 4 for Floyd Central.
Here she is.
Junior Lakin Winning.
Here she is. Adams again for the serve. She has been pretty good in this match, except in that moment, 2020.
The serve again is bad, but this time for Providence, they're just giving each other the point back and forth. It looks like Floyd is switching out a few girls. Number 1 and number 2 have been taken off the court.
Yes. Now it is
Mandy Hess for the serve.
To come for the serve. Now, this is the moment where they really need to break away if they really want to win this game. Nice little serve. Crowd goes quiet. Now, just tips it over, but what is that? That was great. She's been doing that all match.
Coach just put in number 4, but she was unable to save the ball that just got tipped over the net from Providence.
They anticipate Providence to set up, but they don't. She doesn't.
It's Providence's serve.
Serve it. She sets it up. Nice. That's it. No one gets to it. There's a massive lapse of communication there.
Adams obviously is frustrated because she just was yelling and pointing for someone to get this ball because it's tied again, 21-21.
Is it just the area where everyone tried to rush to get it, but then
for
there's
sure,
like
number
everyone
19
backed off?
for Floyd Central,
Number 19.
Carolyn Hillbrick is serving.
Here's the serve, and hits it nicely. Nice little set up for the hit. Oh my, that is an ace and a half.
Hillbrick in backcourt just could not reach it.
Good Lord. It is 22-21. It has not been this close this late in the match.
It has not. I think we're going to go to game point where you have to get 2 above.
We might have to go to game point.
It's Providence's serve again, number 14.
Match up. Hits it over. Not too powerful, but it's still enough. Oh, and it hits just enough.
Saved by Floyd Central.
Flicks over. Nice little flick up. Hits just over. It's on the line. And that's Providence breaking away with another point, I believe.
Providence's point. Floyd fans cheered because they thought that was just out. I assumed it was out. And the ref changed. The ref
Timeout.
has kept his call.
I believe that was on the line. It's on the line because, again, remember, on the line, just like games like tennis, which require nets and a ball, on the line counts as in, and I believe that was on the line, just barely, but on the line nonetheless. And so,
Which that's crucial when you're talking about this tight of a game. You're talking
This
Highlanders
tight.
down by 2, currently scored at 23 for Providence, 21 for Highlanders. Halfway through timeout right now, both teams are, there's not really any swaying or anything for Providence this time. They're focused, they're honed in, and Floyd goes ahead and breaks early once again with 20 seconds. I wonder why Floyd doesn't use the entire timeout time. Maybe that would help their game.
I believe it might be because they're just so focused. They understand the message. They're singing, they're dancing, swaying Providence.
That
but
could be true.
But that's, again, it shows that FC is really in
That's
the game.
for sure. Providence is looking at the crowd, singing the song, hoping to get everyone riled back up. And Providence breaks off the
Smiles,
timeout.
but again, smiles can change quickly.
That is very true.
Smiles
It's
can go away quickly.
It's Providence's serve.
Providence
currently.
serve.
Providence fans are cheering loudly as she's getting
Man
ready
has
to
a
serve.
shell in the kill crew, but he sets it up. Okay, it's a nice little setup. Hits it. Oh, and that's great. That is fantastic.
An awesome ace for Floyd Central Highlanders, making them only down by 1 point.
Just goes off the shoulder of the number one for what's her name? The number one, Paricia.
Number 4 for Floyd Central Highlanders
Number
is
4 for-
serving, winning.
We know that she
junior.
didn't have that good serve before, but I'm sure that she has one now, and she does. And it's a nice little setup for the hit. Just a dink over. Nice. They set it up for another hit, and it's blocked, but on the wrong side, it's 23-23.
This is the tightest and closest we've been this late in the game. Floyd Central fans are ecstatic, starting to clap and cheer for Floyd Central. We got
Players on the field clapping.
winning serving again for Floyd.
Nice serve. Hits it up. Both people trying to go for it. Nice little dink up. It's there. No, it's just out.
It's too far out, making it
This is life
Providence.
or death for FC.
making Providence 1 point above, and they need one more point to win by 2.
This is life or death for FC. They
They
must
should.
get this point to stay alive.
They do. It's Providence's serve, number 5, Lily Kaiser.
All right, flicks it up for the hit. She hits it. Now hits it over. She just saves it. That's epic. Oh my God. Hits it over, and it's just not enough.
And
Providence the game.
that's the game point.
That's the game.
Floyd loses this match, and they're waving and condolences and goodbyes because
Bit antagonistic, but you know,
that's the end for Floyd Central
that's how
right
it
there.
that's how it goes. And you know, I thought this was a really entertaining game. Not so much in the score.
Providence is breaking it down in
they
the middle
are.
of the court
They
as
are.
if this is their own house. They owned it and they deserve it. They're starting to build a bridge. The players are running through
They are loving
underneath.
life.
It's definitely a scene to be watched as Floyd Central girls have already left, not with their heads hung low, but definitely not the same morale you would have if you won against the 22nd team in the state.
That was great.
I
Great
think
by
for
FC.
Floyd Central being number 65 in the state, that they definitely gave them a run for their money,
Yeah.
considering that they're that low.
Yeah.
And everyone is exiting this court right now.
Yeah.
A bunch of fans. It's probably going to take a while to clear out.
It will. Yeah. And so I thought this was a really entertaining match. A lot of moments, especially in the first set when there was so many, like the 3 blocks in a row by FC. That was incredible. And so,
I
you know,
totally agree.
it's like, and there are things in this, especially this last one, which was so thrilling. Like to the last point, FC. I mean, if they had gotten that point, I think it would have been like absolutely amazing if FC had gotten this point. But you know, what happened happened, and so Providence won the game. However, what a way to end the game! Really, what a way to end the game.
I totally agree. I think that the Floyd Central, even though the girls did not win, Kaylee Hunt and Kylie Salahusky definitely had the blocking duo team set down and pat. I mean, it was just amazing what they did. And it was phenomenal, to be honest. Natalie Lowstetter had some great aces and spikes. And there was definitely Keegan Kaiser in the backcourt. She was constantly getting down and dirty just to get the balls that were going really low from the serves from Providence's Adams, 23, the libero, and I just think it's awesome. Additionally, Hillbridge was doing some awesome saves. Mandy Hess had a wonderful run too. I just think the competitiveness back and forth between the two girls was just insane. Right now we got Providence family joining the Providence girls on the court. They're all celebrating. It looks like the Floyd County, Floyd Highlander fans started to exit the building, and they're going into other gym to not necessarily congratulate the girls, but to give them that emotional support and that community that I think that's everything about being a Highlander. I mean, it's about having pride to be a Highlander and just continuously showing up for your team, win or lose, just to be there, because that's essential just as an athletic program in general. No matter what happens, your community's there and we're here to back you. I think that's really what this shows, that all these people came. It was a really good game, really tight, and I think we definitely gave them a run for their money considering they're 22nd and we're 65th in the state of Indiana according to maxpreps.com.
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally with everything you just said. I mean, the Highlanders, the girls, they really gave it all. They gave it what they could. And, you know, this could be a good lesson for them to come back stronger the next match, because they really showed so many signs of promise. I mean, their blocking partnerships was out of this world. It was exceptional. I mean, they didn't block so much in the last few sets. They probably could have relied more on that. However, I think there were some great moments in this match, some great rallies too.
I definitely agree. Between not even Kill Crew, but the Pioneer parents, they really know how to get a crowd rowdy. Yeah. You had mom shouting, dad standing up when refs make calls that they just didn't think was a fair judgment. Same for Floyd Central parents. They were definitely ready to get in the game. I thought some of the parents were going to honestly come down on the court and give them a run for their money. We also had Kill Crew come tonight, which was awesome to see all the students out here just supporting the Lady Highlanders. They did the "Oh yeah" chant, and I think they did a few others. Definitely when, especially when Adams was serving, they definitely gave her some intimidation and just pressure for her to serve well and just kind of get her in her head under her skin, you know?
Yeah. I understand. Yes, I totally get what you're saying. And
Okay,
so.
we're not live anymore.
Okay, we're done. We're done. We're done.
No one told us.
Nice.
No one liked to inform. So we did.